Manchester Airport, just there, and the surrounding hotels.
It's the late New York one.
Going to JFK. Just what I wanted, more shopping.
If we've not said it, then it's a trip reveal. I can't remember whether we've said it.
And that's where we're going to eat, Brasserie Blanc, so it looks like we can eat outside if we want.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to the next vlog and to the next day for you guys. For us, it's the same day as the last vlog ended. We're just getting ready. I'm ready. Just waiting for Leigh, as usual. We're going to set off to the airport pub at the end of Manchester Airport runway. We're going to get there early. It opens at 10. We're going to get there early because they haven't got loads and loads of parking. And we want to make sure we get a table and a spot. And we're going to meet our friend Laura there.
I'm ready.
So, it's stifling hot again. I've just opened all 8 windows in the apartment living room to try and cool it down. We had them on all last night. It made no difference whatsoever, apart from when the clouds came in and then suddenly the temperature plummeted outside. So sleeping last night wasn't too bad, wasn't as bad as it has been in the past, but we literally had every door and window open in the place. Ready? Ready? Let's go.
Beautiful views today. The way to Manchester Airport. Looking very green and sunny.
Just think, if we were driving to Manchester Airport now
To get on a plane.
We'd feel completely different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'd be anxious.
Anxious and excited.
Yeah.
It's 44 minutes away, so it is just the perfect temperature. It has cooled down. It's 22 degrees. And yeah, it's one of those things what British people do typically. We moan all winter that it's too cold, and then it gets to summer and we moan that it's too warm. But it's just because...
And we moan about everything else.
Well, you do.
Well, that's just British.
It's just because we don't have aircon. Just so our American viewers know why we all moan about the weather all the time and talk about the weather all the time. We don't have aircon. Well, most people don't have aircon in the UK. So when it gets to 30 degrees outside, as houses are baking. So we're on our way to the Manchester Airport pub, as Nick said earlier. Meet our friend Laura. Have a pint of lime and soda, I think I'll have.
We might have a cappuccino, mate.
And cappuccino, that's not like you.
Well, a decaf one.
Tomorrow we are doing something we haven't done before. We're going to Leeds. We've done Leeds before.
Definitely been to Leeds before.
We're going for a meal. Where are we going for a meal?
Brasserie Blanc.
We've never been there before, have we?
No, we used some Virgin Red points to buy an experience there, so we're going for a 3-course meal with wine.
Yeah.
So you can swap it out for beer or soft drinks. So.
What time? We're going to get there at 10:30. So that does mean, what time is the second Virgin flight to Florida?
You're talking about Leeds now?
No, I'm talking about Manchester Airport. We're going to get there at 10:30.
Oh, I've no idea.
We might see
10:30 and 11:50, something like that, I don't know.
Might see the Florida flight.
Take the A555 exit, then merge onto Ringway Road West.
Where we've just passed to get to the airport, wouldn't we?
Just think
the airport hotels and stuff.
Just think, when we landed in May,
Yeah.
we actually hadn't landed at this point at 10:30 in the morning.
Well, that were interesting, sorry. Manchester
Well, I thought they were
Airport,
interesting.
just there, and the surrounding hotels. But we're not going anywhere today, obviously. We are just going to meet our friend.
Clayton stayed there.
So the airport hotel pub is just 3 minutes away from the actual airport.
Continue on
I'll show
Ringway
you when we
Road
get
West
there.
for half a mile.
Right, it's just
Turn
around this
left
corner.
onto Airport Hotel Car Park, then turn left to stay on Airport
it's
Hotel
called-
Car Park.
It's called
Plenty of spaces.
the Airport Public House and Grill. You've got to pay for parking now, haven't you, in here?
Yeah.
There's there we go. It's not too bad, actually. So a 180 for 1 hour, 350 to 2 hours, etc. And you can pay for it on mobile, so you can extend it. Right, let's get out.
Is it Ringo?
It is,
Oh, it's
yeah.
Ringo.
26 degrees outside at 10:30 in the morning. Right, this is the beer garden round the back. It's very quiet today during the week, obviously. Nick's just getting a couple of coffees for us. We'll wait for our friend Laura, and I'll just show you how close you are to the runway. Now, it looks like it's unfortunate that the planes are actually taking off down there and coming over here. It's much better when they actually take off here because they come down here and turn around here, so you get a full view of the planes. And we've been before when it's done that, and it's fantastic to watch because that's just how close you get to them. You probably can't get any closer than that, but they are going down there. It looks like a Ryanair that's going down there, so that'll be taking off and coming over us in a few minutes. There it goes. No doubt.
Super excited watching it, didn't you?
I just saying,
people sat on there now
going
not
holiday, yeah?
They'll be super excited.
We're just saying it's a shame, isn't it, that they're not taking off from this side because it's so good, isn't it? You can almost feel the thrust of
I think the wind will spin round. The windsock is kind of pointing. Well, it's pointing that direction at the minute, so I was flying to wind, so it will swing round though.
When you stood here, you can feel like the thrust almost, can't you?
When they turn round here, yeah, especially the big Emirates.
Yeah. Right, what we got here?
It's a Nescafe sachet rather than fresh.
There's a very large plane there. I think it's just landed actually. So yeah, it's just landed, and then it'll come around here, and then up there. That's a big one. I don't know if it's a TUI plane. I can't really tell from here. It's got the TUI colours. And our friend Laura is here. Hi.
Melbourne flight's taxiing to take off. Get ready.
There's no lime left, so we've got orange and soda.
Ooh.
Oh, and I'm vibrating. It's food's ready.
Quickly, because it's going to take off now. Okay, again, I don't know whether you can see this or not, but he's just taxied onto the end of the runway now. It's just there, which is just ahead of me. I don't know why, but it gets me rather excited. I can see his tail fin there. Here he comes. All those holiday makers. 8 hours, 50 minutes, that'll be landing in Melbourne. Melbourne. Orlando to Melbourne.
Yeah.
Manchester to Melbourne, yeah.
I'm just going to say that's the Virgin plane. We thought about the late Florida one.
It's the late New York one.
Going to JFK. I wouldn't mind being on the plane going to JFK.
Maybe soon.
At least it won't be snowing like it was the time we went.
Right, that was a lovely catch-up. We watched some planes, watched a couple of Orlando flights fly out, and Laura's had to go now to pick up the kids from school, so we're going to head to Matalan because Leigh wants to get some more flip-flops.
Sliders.
Flip-flops.
They didn't have any of the ones that I liked yesterday.
And the shorts that I got yesterday in Matalan, I really like them, so I'm going to buy another pair as long as I've got them. I actually had to strip the mannequin down yesterday to get these shorts that I wanted off the mannequin. So I was currently dismantling it. We weren't vlogging at the time, so I couldn't really show it on the vlog. But I just want another pair now, because they're the best fitting shorts that I've ever had.
Nice and warm out today.
Just what I wanted, more shopping.
What do you think?
Absolute perfect shorts then, perfect fit.
Good.
In fact, if they have two pairs, I'd get two. Well, they do have another one, but it's got a muck mark at the bottom.
Look at this, that'd suit you. Daytona, Florida, US.
The what?
Daytona, Florida.
Yeah,
You don't need anybody. I know you.
Aeropostale, didn't I?
Right, we're back in the apartment and we're just putting together a little lunch.
Little bit of a deli type thing.
Everything's what we had left over from last night. So we have some sun-dried tomatoes, a bit of cheese and some olives. Nick's preparing some corn on the cobs.
Cajun corn on the cobs.
Yeah.
Just
and,
sliced them.
I think this is the first time we've used the air fryer in the apartment.
I think we used it once when we first brought it over.
Oh, it's very hot around here.
Very noisy as well.
Yeah. So we've got some chicken kebabs in there. And then we're going to enjoy this out on the balcony because it's beautiful and 30 degrees out there. I forgot about this as well. I forgot about these to show you as well. Corn, garlic and herb bites that we got yesterday, so we're going to have those as well. It's the next day So we had that food that we were making yesterday. Did we have it inside actually? Yeah, we had it in.
Yeah, it was
yes,
too hot.
had it inside because it was too hot.
And you burnt your scalp yesterday at the airport.
Burnt my scalp at the airport yesterday because I didn't put my hat on. So it is the next day. Is it going to be as hot today again?
No.
It's going to be
25
a little
today.
bit cooler, 25.
Still bloody hot though.
So we're just about to go out. We've been doing some editing. We've been doing some trip planning, which at some point we'll discuss with you when we actually figure out what we want to do ourselves. We are going to Leeds today. We've not been to Leeds for a while, and we have a 3-course meal at
Brasserie Blanc.
and it is from the Virgin Red vouchers. It's an experience day.
Yeah. So we use, because we've got quite a lot of Virgin points, we're not going to get to use them all. So we basically cashed in, I think, 8,000 and got a meal for 2 with wine. Even though we're not having wine.
Oh, does it come in wine?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I can have wine.
I'm driving there.
Well, you could drive back as
You
well.
can actually get beer as well instead of wine.
Or I'm sure you can get a soft drink as well.
You can.
So we're going there today, so let's get off and we'll take you guys with us. Right, so we get a 3-course meal, as Nick said, and a drink. So salad, fruit and water, yeah?
I don't think salad's on list.
No,
It's a set menu.
Yeah, it is a set menu, but we're just going to say we had no breakfast, I had half sliced toast.
But do what I haven't.
I had some coffee, and we're just trying a little bit better on us food at the moment.
So we're going out for a 3-course meal.
But we'll just make the right choices, hopefully. We made that, we obviously had 7 weeks on a USA road trip, so we ate a lot of food because that's what you're going to do when you're on a trip. So we're going to try a little bit better. Although tomorrow night we're off out for an Indian. If all goes to plan, because we're going to meet our friends Peter.
We will be sharing
and
one though, like we did last time.
Yeah, and you said all Indian food is gluten-free, didn't you?
Not all.
Well, no, not the naan breads and stuff like that.
The dish that I've chosen is gluten-free. Chicken
What are you going to do
masala.
today? Have you looked for gluten-free?
Yeah, they've got a gluten-free menu.
Oh, that's okay then. So, yes, when we get back, we're going to do some more planning on our. We have said we're going to France, haven't we?
Oh, we have now.
We're going to France.
Well, we said it on Facebook. So.
Yeah, we have said that. We've booked a trip to France. I think we've said it, and we know all over with these vlogs at the minute. So if we haven't said it, or if we have said it, I don't know. Have we said it?
I can't remember. Presume so. Well, if not, it's a trip reveal.
If we've not said it, then it's a trip reveal. I can't remember whether we've said it.
We're taking the kids on
we
holiday.
wanted to take the girls somewhere. Yeah, we have said it because I remember saying, some people saying, why don't you take them to Disney and stuff? And we will do at some point in the future, but
we're just cowards for Disney at the minute. They don't go on rides, so
we want to take them and some really nice places. So they'll always look back at like the van life, and they always watch those vlogs, and it's a lovely, lovely memory that we loved that trip, and the girls had a really nice time, and so we want to take them some interesting places. So we're
cultural.
We're going to the south of France. So we're going to do some planning on it tonight.
We've got an Airbnb.
We've got an Airbnb. It's a beautiful villa with a splash pool for the kids, and then we've got some things in mind. Some stuff for the kids. There's some like boats, boat rides, bike rides, kayaking.
Lots of beaches.
Lots of beaches. It's going to be like beaches, adventurous stuff.
There's an island that's like a Caribbean island that you can get a ferry to from Cannes.
Yeah, so things that they can look back on in the future and say, oh wow, I went to the south of France, and oh wow, I went on a van life trip and stuff like that. They can show the friends, and in the future it's all vlogged and stuff. And one day, when they're ready, we'll go to Disney with them again. Probably Disneyland Paris.
Once they've been on that ride in Bridlington. I've told them that's the thing that will get them to go to Disney.
Yeah.
And then the minute they're like, oh, we're not going to Disney then.
So,
Fine.
use the left
Don't forget where we're going.
to take the A653 exit
so
to
I'll just show you
Leeds
where we are.
Centre, Eastern.
There's Leeds in front of us, all those high-rise buildings. Can't remember the last time we were in Leeds was, a while back. And it's 23 degrees outside. So, yes, that's what we're going to do when we get back. Nick's been looking some stuff up while I've been editing the Florida vlogs, so you've got a list that we need to YouTube, don't we?
Yeah, but it's all in French. Lavender Fields, which you can just drive up to and walk in the fields.
We've got a car booked, so we're flying to Nice. We'll get off. We've got a villa 30 minutes away from the airport.
One thing it did say on a vlog last night is that when you get a car in France and you're doing like the south of France, make sure you get the smallest car possible, because some of the roads literally only fit one car.
So
I watched a little clip and I'm thinking, Christ, our car's never going to fit down that road. So
we've got 3 suitcases. and about 3 hand luggage just to get into the one car, because obviously we're all in one car. So, okay. We're just going to take 1 suitcase, which is going to be a first for us. We're going for 10 nights in 1 suitcase.
We've managed LA with a hand luggage for a week.
Yeah.
So
just got to be
we
very
can definitely
frugal.
do it.
Just got to be very frugal. Just take like a few pair of shorts, a few t-shirts, a couple of shirts.
What's going on?
So obviously we're going to be vlogging all this when we go travel day to Nice. All this trip is going to be vlogged. So we're looking forward to that. So tonight, yes, is a planning night. I'm going to get it all down in a spreadsheet, what we want to do, where we want to go, some things for the girls. Is it a zoo that I've looked up or something? Some kind of zoo, animal park or something. I really want to take them to that because I know they like stuff like that. So, but for now, we are 5 minutes away from Leeds. Pride steps, I presume. Always remember that BBs, I'm not sure it were called BBs at the time. I've told this story a few times on the vlog. I once went there on a works do many years ago, probably about 20 years ago at least, and I got very drunk. The bosses of the company I worked for were buying lots of alcohol. I was only young, in my 20s, and even before the meal came, I felt a bit dodgy. So I went into the restroom and never came back out. Well, I did come back out. But
When you brought your dinner on when I were eating it while you were sleeping in the toilet?
I never saw the meal. I felt so sick and ill in the bathroom.
His Christmas dinner was packed up and sent home.
Yes.
While I was at home, it was literally his head down the ensuite toilet and I was sat at the side of him with his dinner eating it.
That's the worst hangover I've ever had in my life. But it wasn't even a hangover, I was so ill. Nick was like, should I call an ambulance, while eating my dinner at the side of me? And I'm like, no, I just feel horrible. So I'll always remember that place. So there's the Dalek building in Leeds. I can't remember its proper name, but they nicknamed it the Dalek from Doctor Who. Cafe Nero there, which we might end up in, and then where we're going, Brasserie Blanc, is just down there.
But we're going to go down onto the front because there's the riverfront down on the Calls.
Just have a quick look, because we're a little bit early.
For years. I used to work in Leeds and I haven't been down here for years, so we'll have to go down and see how it's changed.
Little boat called Samson. What's it doing? Is it like a work boat? I don't know what it's doing. I wonder how much an apartment there would cost.
You're talking millions, and that's for a 1-bedroom, especially in Leeds.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say millions, but
I think you're not far off $1 million.
is that still the Asda head office?
Yes.
Asda head office?
I remember my brother once went in there and asked what SIG counter was.
And that's where we're going to eat, Brasserie Blanc, so it looks like we can eat outside if we want.
You can have an apartment above it.
Oh yeah.
Look at the lofts up there with the beams into the ceiling.
Yeah. Looking out onto the riverfront. Very nice. Right, we're going to have a coffee or something.
Yeah.
We're going to go across here.
Well, let's cross over and have a look. Actually, we're going to Asda there.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's straight to Asda car park.
No, forget that.
This is very sophisticated.
Drinking
Sat in a building site outside Cafe Nero
in Leeds.
in Leeds, drinking a peppermint tea.
Yeah.
So we've got half an hour to kill, so we're going to talk trip planning now.
I could have easily had a cake from in there.
Me too, I'm starving.
I didn't want to spoil my 3-course meal. We've turned up, sat down. We're just perusing the 80 menus.
Yes.
It's just going to get me a gluten-free menu so I can see what's available.
I think I already know what I'm going to have. I'm going to have olives, a beetroot tartare.
Why whispering?
I don't know if it's called tartare or not. T-A-R-T-A-R-E.
Tartar.
And a Moroccan vegetable tagine.
I might have that, depending on... They've actually got a cauliflower steak, which I do like the sound of, but it's on the a la carte menu.
I win that though.
Yeah, it never does though. When we have that.
So this is the separate menu for the Virgin Experience days, which is not bad actually. It's got quite a lot on it. So it's a 3-course with a drink, So I'm just thinking I'm going to go for nibbles, starters and mains and skip the desserts because we're trying to be good. I haven't even looked at the desserts. What are they?
Nice.
Pistachio souffle, tartar citron,
Treacle sponge.
treacle sponge.
He did say that the voucher value was £52 for
Yeah.
inexperience, so but he said you can actually order off the a la carte menu as long as it doesn't go over £52.
Yeah.
But you can order 3 off there plus a wine or beer or drink
Yeah.
included in your voucher.
Might add some spring vegetables as well, just to get some more veg in me. Right, starters are here. Nick's already delved into my beetroot one. Is it nice?
Nice, yeah. It's quite
It wasn't
salty but sweet as well.
gluten-free, so I'm not sure which bit of it wasn't gluten-free. But
Mine's
Nick's gone for-
gluten-free. I switched the bread to gluten-free bread.
Yeah. So what's that? Oh, ham hock. Yeah, with gluten-free bread.
And some
Pickled onions.
yeah.
Mains have arrived. I got the pork rib. I got pork ribeye.
I think so.
Yeah, pork ribeye. Don't look great. Not great for colour, but I'm sure it's
Yeah,
delicious.
it's got some green you can
And
have.
Lee got some spring veg, and then his Moroccan tagine.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is.
That's
Oh, it's butternut squash, isn't it?
Butternut squash.
Beautiful. Like proper roasted, really.
Right, let's chuck in.
Verdict so far. Melting in your mouth.
Yeah, I love the pot scratching on top, even though it's just almost brought me teeth.
Mine is beautiful. It's just a bowl of different kind of vegetables roasted with some couscous.
Is it flavoured?
Lots. Oh yeah, there's loads of different sauces. It's
It looks
beautiful.
coloured.
It's beautiful.
But it does it. Is it flavoured? I mean, the problem is when you sometimes like a vegetable dish.
No, I
it's
know what you
not-
mean.
It's lacking flavour. But
Yeah, but that is.
it literally feels like we're in Florida. The
What?
heat. It literally feels like we're in Florida.
I'm in
Well,
the shade.
The eating.
I'm freezing.
The eating, not the eating bit, because that's just like anywhere we go, but literally because of the heat, it's absolutely glorious at the minute.
I was just thinking about nipping me,
It's because you're sat in shade and you just had an icy drink.
and it's a little bit windy, an icy drink, and
An umbrella just snapped.
that umbrella just snapped off in the wind. Not
Hit
ours.
the table to the right hand side of it.
Right. The desserts were included with this deal, so it'd have been rude not to have it. So I'm going for a lemon tart, and Nick's gone for a chocolate one because that was the only gluten-free. What
that's rock hard.
What are you just saying about this? I must try it.
God,
Is there?
it's sticky toffee ice cream. Try that. That's all you're having.
It's like
like-
like a bonfire toffee.
It's like a Cartmel sticky toffee pudding.
Oh yeah, it is actually. We're finished. Just paying for parking, and we have 7 flights of stairs on a full stomach to go. Let's do this.
Oh god, I already know. Machine's over it, pop before we get to the top. What?
Come on, you can do it.
It turns out
You can do
we've got
it.
14 flights of stairs, each floor has 2.
Yeah,
Which just is the last one.
it's not too bad. I think I've just worked my dessert off now. So you.
Oh, I don't think so.
You can tell we've not been in Florida for a while. I'm not used to that amount of food now. I'm stuffed.
Even though it was more artistic food,
Yeah, it wasn't like
pretty picture.
Tons, and it was lots of vegetables and stuff.
What, you're saying your
Stuff.
stomach shrunk?
Of course, that's what I'm saying. But it was very nice that the service wasn't amazing, but they did apologise for it. They forgot to bring us drinks after we'd ordered, and they forgot to bring us water glasses.
Then they couldn't make the gluten-free stuff because they made it with the wrong flour.
Yeah, they made it with the wrong flour, and I can't remember, there's something else as well. But to be fair, it wasn't that bad, and the food was very, very good.
Yeah.
So as we said, we got that on a Virgin voucher. We just fancied, treating ourselves. So I'm not. I didn't really look at what the prices were for, but what was it called?
Well, the Virgin Experience
Brasserie
menu, Brasserie Blanc.
Brasserie Blanc in Leeds. So if you want to look at the menu, just Google it.
But the Virgin menu didn't have prices on it, apart from the extras that you had to pay, like the sides and the nibbles.
But I really like that food. Was that pork rib? Was it pork? What was it?
Pork ribeye
Was it nice?
was delicious. And the ham hock was nice as well.
And your dessert?
Oh my god.
Best thing you've ever had?
That ice cream tasted like a Cartmel sticky toffee pudding.
We
I would
must.
have quite happily have had a bowl of that.
I must insist we go for a long walk and hit 10,000 steps today. After that,
Definitely.
10,000 steps. Here we come. What are we on?
Not that far. We've been walking for a while. We're on 4,990.
That's not too bad. Quick round trip and back to the apartment for some travel
Maybe.
planning.
We've just been walking past a lock, and there was a guy, well there were 3 guys actually, and a duck quacking its head off down the slipway between the lock and the next and the lower level of the canal. We think a little baby
Duck.
geese, duck, whatever.
Duckling.
Couldn't see what it was. It's stuck somewhere on the slipway.
Oh.
So when we walk back, we'll cross over and have a look if it's still stuck there. Right, we just walked back, and the little duck's managed to get itself free, and the fisherman that was helping him is now back fishing again. And there's a really strong smell of wild garlic around here. Either that or there's a gas leak.
Almost there.
Almost.
9,000.
We've had to divert again because there's not enough steps to get us back to the apartment till we hit 10,000. However, since yesterday morning, we've been talking about our travel plans for this year, later on this year, which we do have some plans for, but not firm plans after France. Just some ideas at the minute. And then the option of van life come back in again. And we both said last year that it wasn't for us, but we never really gave it an opportunity because we'd just done 2 weeks with the kids. Then we were on our own and it rained. And we were also ready for home.
A bit flat then.
Yeah, we were ready for home at that point. So we feel like we judged it unfairly. So we've been talking about looking, because where Janine lives, there's a guy near her who's just bought a brand new Eldest CV40 or a CV60, and we saw it last year when we came back.
Much better.
When we dropped Janine off.
Size for just 2 people.
Yeah, it's got everything you need, but it's much smaller, and it was brand new. And we both said, oh my God, that'd be amazing if we did that. But then we kind of mulled on it for a few days and thought we don't really want to do van life again. But I do like the idea of having a camper van, setting off on the Channel Tunnel and just driving across to France, Belgium, Germany, Switzerland, down to Italy, all around the borders, around the big lakes like Lake Como, Lake Garda, all those kind of things. And then just spending a couple of months in Europe just exploring and just living off the grid. Right, we just turned around because the sun's in his eyes. So we've been toying with the idea of getting a van and doing it up ourselves, but we have no idea about electrics, water pump, gas heating, anything. It would be a huge learning curve, but
A very big project.
it would be a nice project to get into and like retrofit a van over the winter.
I've been drawing the plan like I want an ensuite.
Right. And then next kind of April time, when Europe starts to warm up, we take it on like a maiden voyage after doing a few days around the UK to test it. And then we've also been toying with the idea of, well, what if we just bought one that was ready done? So next week, there's a place in Newark called Brownhills, which specialise in used and new camper vans. I think it's used.
Yeah.
So we've said we were gonna, when we're back at the lodge next week, we're going back on Friday, we're going back tomorrow. No, we're not.
2 days.
2 days. After a sort of Father's Day weekend, we're gonna decide one day to nip down to Newark, have a look at the stock and get an idea of what's there, what size we want, and how much it's gonna cost. And then
Then the next scene, we'll have scrapped all these plans and we'll be going somewhere else.
probably. But I still think what we should do is maybe hire a van the size of what we want and
Just
then
to
go and
try it.
test it
I think
before we
that's-
spend some
Yes,
money.
That is a sensible, logical idea.
So there's a company called Indie Campers, but a lot of them that they do have like those pop-up roofs, like tent roofs, which is not really what the kind of van that we would be looking for, and not many of them have showers either. So the prerequisites would be it would need a shower, just like, oh, what was that?
I don't know. Something came up and went underneath.
Oh, it's gone. So a lot of the prerequisites are like necessities like hot shower, heating, water, and that kind of stuff.
Toilet,
Yeah, and
stove,
stove,
microwave.
air fryer, fridge. Pretty much, you'd be able to live in it.
Yes.
And we do like the idea, or I love the idea, Lee's not sold on it yet, love the idea of just setting off,
No, I do like the idea.
going to the Channel Tunnel and just go.
Yeah, I do like
With
that.
no destination, just kind of
Reminds
decide
me
on the
when we-
fly.
When we did that, when we went to Disneyland Paris, and there was camper vans in the car park at Disneyland
Well, yeah,
Paris.
we can go to Disney and park in the car park.
Yep.
Can you stay there overnight? I think you can, can't you?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure there were a sign saying you could. But anyway, that's the kind of things. So the route that we said that we would probably do is kind of like leave here, go across Northern Europe through Germany, cross into Switzerland, down the Swiss Alps, down past the big lakes near Italy, all around the coast of Italy, and then come back through sort of like Verona and Geneva and all those kind of places into southern France, across into Spain, down to Barcelona and Alicante, and then literally drive straight back up the west coast of France, like Brittany and La Rochelle, and then back to the Channel Tunnel and back home.
Yeah, these are
And
all
we think that would probably take us roughly about
months?
2 months, I think.
these are all very high level
Yeah.
thoughts.
We just
that
thought of them in the last
we just
10
thought
minutes.
We'd share our thoughts.
Yeah. So if you don't see this scene, we scrap the idea. We're back.
Done.
10,100 steps. We're both literally sticky, so I'm about to just take all my clothes off and just walk around nude and naked.
Off all that 3-course meal now.
No, we bloody well have not. We haven't even earned off the start, never mind anything else. Right, what we're doing now, apart from walking around it nuddy?
Water.
Some what?
Having a drink of water and doing some travel plans.
Right, come on then.
Morning. Welcome to the next day. It's another hot one, very hot this morning. I'm just talking to the door because we have the windows covered by the curtains because we are heading off back to the lodge. We are heading out for a meal tonight with our friends Peter and Elaine, but an appointment that we had tomorrow for some broadband has been cancelled until next week. So we're going to head back to the lodge as soon as we've had that meal. Nick is currently chasing a fly around. Here he comes. Before we head off, because I don't want to leave a fly in here. It's a big, one of those big horrible ones. So he's looking for that. So I'm going to finish the vlog. In the next vlog, we'll be going out with Peter and Elaine, and my mum and dad are coming to the lodge with the girls and my sister for the weekend. So thanks for watching today, guys. Hit the like button, click the notification bell, drop us a comment below. We've been looking up things to do with our trips. We think we've got France all sorted now. There's actually far too much to do in the little town we're there, so we've got to pick.
We're not extending.
No, we're not extending France. We're picking our favourite bits when my sister comes over this weekend. And we'll get everything sorted that we want to do. And then we're still, Nick's been, what have you been watching this morning?
More camper van conversion.
How to convert a long wheelbase.
The thing is,
transit.
we can look all this up, but until we've actually gone and tried it on its own, with nice weather, we won't know whether we've got the feel for it. And I'm not spending all that money on a conversion, even though I do actually like the idea of the project more than the actually sleeping in it.
So we might
Might buy one, convert it, and then sell it.
hire one when we get back from France, because it should still be hot. It'll still be in the summer. So we might look at that and then see what we think. Go around some nice cities in the UK, take you guys with us, and oh, it's there.
Where?
I think it's just gone out.
Has it?
Unless it were a new one.
Right, that'll do. I'll shut this door.
Thanks for watching today, guys. We'll see you on the next vlog. Bye.